Hi everyone, welcome to Thursday where we take a look at a share and review. This week I have been asked if we can have a look at potentially the energy sector with a specific focus on Meridian Energy, which is what we're going to do. Now before I jump across, just the normal housekeeping, and that is if you're looking for personalised financial advice, you are to speak to a personal financial advisor, because what we're sharing and talking about is general commentaries and educational purposes only. Do love your questions though. It helps me to build content and hopefully give you guys an idea as to how to create your own financial freedom through investing in the share market or anything else. So keep them coming. I love creating and helping. So right, let's take a look at Meridian Energy. Okay, so I'm actually recording this on Friday, the 9th of May. We're not going to see too much change, obviously, in that time. Now, Meridian Energy at the moment, you can see it's trading at $5.94. And really, I mean, we had a peak in the most recent times here where it closed at about $6.89, and that was back in July last year. Really, since then, it's been on a little bit of a slow decline, although the last sort of 4 weeks in a row, we have seen a little bit of upward movement in Meridian, which is really good. Now, part of this question was this person wanted to know where Meridian's trading basically since they first listed on the stock exchange. So I can go back because I've got this up on a monthly chart, and here it is here. So Meridian listed on the 28th of October back in 2013. So it's almost been going for 12 years. Now, on that particular day, it had a closing value of $1.60. So we're certainly up since when Meridian first listed on the stock exchange. If I look at this again, obviously it reached a high point here, and it was quite a steep growth period. And that was the week of the 1st of April in 2021. We had obviously this very sharp sell-off, and then it went sideways for quite some time. If I look, it went sideways from about early March 2021, and we never really saw it get above this sort of $6 mark until around April 2024. So that's a long time to really be going sideways. The D's down the bottom here are indicating the dividends, obviously, in that period. Now let's just put the moving averages on. So we'll get a rough idea if I start with the 200 period. My reason for doing this is just to have a look and just see what the overall trend is of Meridian. It is trading above that 200 period moving average, which can indicate that it is potentially a very slow upward momentum, which is a good thing. It has hit that 200 period moving average a few times here around March this year, but it is still trading above it, which is great. Let's now move that and change it to a 30-week exponential moving average. Now, when I look further and take a closer look, you can see that it's basically trading under that 30-week moving average. Yes, it's hit it for the end of this week, being the 9th of May. It's not setting the world on fire, in my view. Let's put on the 15-week moving average and just see what that is telling us as well. You can see here with the blue line, which is the 15-week moving average, it is starting to turn up, which is a good sign. It hasn't yet crossed through that 30-week. Could be very close. We could see that happen in a week or two. So for me, I wouldn't be going into this share, or any share for that matter, until the moving averages have crossed to the positive side. So that's where I'm seeing it at the moment. Now, the question was also, how does Meridian compare to the likes of Genesis, Contact Energy, and Mercury? What we can actually do, we can run the comparisons, and let's put in Genesis. What you can see here, the candlestick charts is Meridian Energy. The line underneath it is Genesis. So Genesis Energy is underperforming Meridian. So Meridian is outperforming Genesis in this example. We'll take that one off because I don't want my chart to get too noisy, and we'll look up Contact Energy and do the same thing. Here you can see the line is above Meridian Energy, and that pink line is indicating Contact. At this stage, Contact Energy is definitely outperforming Meridian Energy. Now, the last one that we want to look at is Mercury. Mercury Energy is it's only trading a little bit above what Meridian Energy is doing. You can see that here by that pink line. Obviously, because they're all in the energy sector, it is pretty much following the same trading patterns and trajectory, but it's only a little bit above Meridian. So again, it's certainly not outperforming. Now let's take that off, Mercury off, and we will see where Meridian is trading in relation to our main indices. And great news, Meridian is trading above the main board for the New Zealand Stock Exchange, which is really good. Let's go and just take a look at Contact. I think it was Contact that was outperforming. I'll just go back and write that in. Yeah, it was Contact that was outperforming Meridian. So let's go and take a look at Contact Energy, simply because it's the strongest one out of the four that is doing well. Contact Energy, hey, we hit a high in the most recent time here back in December last year, and it closed on that particular day of $9.68. It's not too far off that, really. It's trading today $9.15. Again, we've sort of seen a positive result here for the last 3 weeks in a row, which can be great. Obviously, Contact Energy hit a high back here, and that was in the week of the 1st of April 2021, obviously some good 4 years ago. Like Meridian Energy, it did go through a big patch of sideways movement. We had a big sell-off starting in October, or we sort of had a run really up to October 24. Then we had a bit of a sell-off, had a good run again, and then it fell away. Let's put the moving averages on and just get an indication as to where that is. We'll start off with the 200 period moving average. And that's great. The 200 period moving average is certainly looking quite strong in this example. And as you can see, the share is trading well above it, which is something that I definitely want to see. We'll change that moving average and make it a 30-week one. So again, it's trading at about that 30-week moving average. Now, because it's trading above and it's come back to it, that you don't necessarily have to rule that out. It can work in your favour. We've had definitely a great buying period here. You can see that was on the 24th of February this year. For some reason, there was huge buying gone into Contact Energy at that stage. But for me, at the moment, yes, it's pulled back to that 30-week moving average. Quite often when shares do start rising, they will pull back to that main moving average and then move away again and allow that moving average to catch back up. So those are all quite positive. We'll also put on our normal 15-week. And Contact Energy, it's trading at about that range of the 15-week moving average. I would personally want to see it probably a little bit above that. I'd probably want to be seeing a little bit more growth before I want to take any sort of position. Obviously, I'd also definitely want this volume to be increasing. Let's take those off and we will have a look how Contact Energy has been performing since it roughly started and it listed. Oh, actually, I'll just go all, that'll make it easier. We've had some huge spikes you can see here with Contact Energy. So Contact Energy listed obviously in February 2020. So it's been going a little over 25 years. Gosh, I can remember when they listed. And obviously on that particular day, it closed at $2.50. So even on listing day, it closed less than what it opened at. And that's actually quite common when under an IPO situation. Every now and again, you will get a share that will list under an IPO, initial public offering, and it will absolutely explode. But quite often they actually close down on the first day. Well, this has actually gone out to a month. But you can see it did have an incredibly strong run after it listed. Where's it trading in relation to sort of listing time? $2.50 versus $9.16. So it's still well up. It hasn't reached those highs. Its high point, really, it hasn't been doing too bad. It closed around December last year of a high of $9.80, and that's its overall high. So really, Contact Energy has probably been a fairly consistent performer. It does pay regular dividends, as you can see down here. We'll just go back to the 5-year chart. I'm pretty sure they're 6 monthly dividends. Yeah, they are. For me, Contact, I certainly don't own it. It's not on my radar at this stage, and that's because the overall market, being the NZSX 50, there's a little bit too much volatility in there at the moment for me. So that's why I'm certainly not looking at Contact Energy, but Contact is definitely the strongest performer out of any of the 4 utility companies that we've got under the energy sector. I really hope that's helped. If you would like me to review anything else, or if you've got any questions relating to the energy sector or any shares in specifically, like I say, reach out, happy to help, happy to create a new video. So until next week, take care.